We've got a question here. We have this linear equation, 2x minus 7y equals 12. And we want to find its intercepts, plural. And that's an important point, right? When a question asks for intercepts rather than just a y-intercept, which a lot of questions will do with these linear equations, you're looking for both of them. So it's possible the equation will only have one, but you need to check for both. Right, so we'll do the x-intercept first. Right, to find the x-intercept, remember the procedure. We set y equal to 0, because all points on the x-axis have 0 for their y-coordinate. And we'll solve the equation that we get for x. Right, so if I put 0 into the equation, it becomes 2x minus 7 times 0 equals 12. And the nice part of these is that 7 times 0 goes away. That's just 0. So the equation becomes 2x equals 12. And if we divide both sides by 2, we get x equals 6. So let's hold on to that. Right, we'll circle back to that in a minute and talk about how to write the final answer. And take a look at the y-intercept. Remember, the procedure for finding the y-intercept is the opposite. I'm going to put 0 in for x and solve the equation that I get for y. So if we do that, the equation becomes 2 times 0 minus 7y equals 12. Again, that 2 times 0 part goes away. That's just 0. The equation becomes negative 7y equals 12. And if we divide both sides by negative 7, we get our final y value. Y equals negative 12 sevenths. And that's a perfectly good answer, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of times I'll see students, for some reason, they have this compulsion to take that perfectly good fraction and turn it into a decimal. Don't do that. Okay, if you do that, you're going to have, negative 12 sevenths, it's a repeating decimal. You're going to have to round it at some point. And as soon as you round it, your answer is no longer the exact answer. And in math, unless we've got a specific reason otherwise, that exact answer is always preferable. Right? So at this point, stop, stick with the fraction. All right, so how are we going to write our answers? Well, this is something where there isn't a universal right way to do this. Different textbooks are going to tell you different things. One way of writing this is just to say you're done. The x-intercept is x equals 6. The y-intercept is y equals negative 12 sevenths. And you're on to your next question. Another way, another form of doing this says that the answer should be given as the coordinates of the points. And this is where you get into a little trouble. Right? Sometimes I'll see students, they say, oh, well, it's 6 comma negative 12 sevenths. Not the right answer. That point is not on either axis. So it can't possibly be either intercept. And that just ignores the fact that at this point, we really should have 2. Okay, so if you want to write these as points, go back to our starting point. What did we do very first thing? We set y equal to 0. That's my y-coordinate. The corresponding x-coordinate is what we calculated. It's x equals 6. So if you want to write this as the coordinates of a point, your answer is going to be 6 comma 0. Same thing's going to happen on the other side. We started off by saying let x equals 0. So that's going to be the x-coordinate of my point. And then we solved for the corresponding y value. So the answer to the y-intercept part given as coordinates would be 0 comma negative 12 sevenths. There's my 2 answers. So if you'd like to see the full context, you can click on the upper link here. That'll take you to the lecture on intercepts. Or you can click on the other link. That's going to take you to the next lecture in our series on linear equations, where we're going to start talking about the slope of a line. And of course, if you like this, please don't forget to click on the like button down below.